Welcome to Cleveland Public Library's Summer Lit League. It is Right to Read Wednesdays, and I am Siaara Freeman, a teaching artist from Center for Arts Inspired Learning. And our prompt for today is, what if you had superpowers? I think that is a question that we all have asked ourselves at least once or twice. We are living in the age of the Marvel movies. We are living in the age of the Avengers. There are Black Panthers, there are Storms, there are Captain Americas. So of course we have wondered, what if I could do something extraordinary? Well, the wonderful thing about writing is when you write, you can. You can do something extraordinary. You can become somebody extraordinary. And I am here to help you imagine what it would look like if you were a superhero. So, all you need for today is a piece of paper and something to write with. In addition to that, I know we are also very used to these. Well, these can be used for an art project today. All superheroes need a mask. We want to decorate it because most superheroes have a costume, have a theme. So we have fabric markers here. Fabric markers work the best. You can use regular markers, but then Miss CC would not suggest you wear it very often. If you use fabric markers, you can wear it just like you would wear your regular mask. There are no toxic fumes. We're gonna begin with a list. So I want everyone to get that piece of paper and that writing utensil I told you about earlier. And I want you to write 1 through 10. One of the most awesome things about writing is that you can write in so many different forms. You can write poetry, you can write fiction, you can make comics. And for this particular workshop, Miss Cece wants you to know that you can do all of those things. If what you want to do after this workshop is write a poem, go write it. If you want to write a short story, go write it. If you want to fold up your paper and make a comic strip, go write it. All writing is important and valid, okay? But everything from this workshop will come from this list. So one, every superhero has what? Superpowers. That's probably the most fun thing about being a superhero is the powers that come with it. What superpowers do you want? Do you want to fly, maybe? Maybe you have the power to run really fast like the Flash. Maybe you control the weather like Storm from X-Men. Maybe you can control metal like Magneto from X-Men. Or maybe you have a power that no one has ever heard of before. Maybe you have a power that you have made up. Maybe you have the power to immediately make the person right next to you happy. Maybe you have the power to eliminate tears with just a single look. Maybe your powers are elemental based. Maybe they have to do with water, air, fire. Maybe you have 20 different powers. It's all up to you. But number 1 should be you writing all of your powers. For number 2, costume. Costume. It's so important to a superhero. Sometimes that's the easiest way to identify a superhero. When we think of Spider-Man, we think of red and blue and webs. Also, cool thing about the costumes is sometimes the costumes are what directly relates to the powers. Sometimes part of your costume help you handle your powers. Cyclops from X-Men, he has to wear armor over his eyes so that the lasers won't hurt people when he does not want them to hurt people, right? So that's a part of the costume, but it's also helping his power. So when you're thinking about your costume, make it something cool, make it something fashionable, but also try to make it something useful, right? 3, who is your rival? Most superheroes have a villain. And a villain doesn't have to be a person. It could be a character that you've made up, or it can be a concept. Maybe your villain is homework. Maybe your superpower is to take away all homework. Maybe that's who you're trying to defeat. Think about your rivals. Maybe your rival is boredom. Maybe your rival is a purple monster that breathes green slime. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. Who is your sidekick? You know, Batman has Robin. Who is your sidekick? This can be somebody that you already know, and now you're just making them a superhero with you. Maybe you want your little sister to be your sidekick. Maybe it's your best friend. Maybe it's your favorite character from a book you've already read. Maybe you like Hermione Granger from Harry Potter, and now she's your sidekick. It's up to you. But a sidekick is very important. Number 5, what planet do you come from? We're in Cleveland, so it can be a planet, or it could be a different state, or it could be a different world altogether. Maybe it's a parallel universe, but you must tell me where they come from. Number 6 is how. How does your superhero get to where they need to get to? Maybe it's related to their superpower. Maybe they're really fast, so they just run everywhere. Maybe they have the power of teleportation, so they just think about somewhere and blink and they get there. Or maybe they have a really cool car. This is where we get to build things, right? Maybe they have a hot air balloon that they've made. Maybe they travel by steampunk train. This is up to you. But remember how important the Batmobile is to Batman. Number 7 is catchphrase. Does everyone know what a catchphrase is? A catchphrase is a quote. It's a saying that is particular to your character. Lots of cartoon characters have catchphrases. Yabba dabba doo, right? We all know where that's from. So what is a catchphrase for your character? Your character is a superhero. A superhero's job is to protect. Who does your superhero protect? Number 9 is, what is your superhero's kryptonite? No one is perfect, not even a superhero. Everything has something that can hurt them. What can defeat your superhero? Maybe your superhero's power is mostly flame-based, fire. So maybe water is something that can defeat your superhero. I don't know. It's up to you. And finally, number 10 is, tell me 3 fun facts about your superhero. Tell me 3 things that I haven't asked. 3 things that you feel like is very important in getting to know your superhero. And once you have all of those answers, you are ready to write a poem, create a story, or a comic. You have all the information. All you have to do is decide the where, the when, and the why, because you know the who now. And just in case you still have some time left over and you want to get jazzy, we can make superhero masks to go along with our superheroes that we have created in writing. I will be making a glitter confetti inspired mask where I'm going to try to use multiple colors. And I'm just going to make little bright dots of color all over my mask. I'm going to take this butterfly and I'm going to place it down on one part of my mask. And I'm going to glue the next butterfly on the opposite end of my mask. But Miss Cece's character is a glitter butterfly superhero. My mask is complete, and so now I am about to go be super glitter girl for the rest of the day. I hope you're wearing your mask and being as super and powerful as I know you are. Bye-bye.